Top on the news night, President Bola Tinubu promises better economic growth, expanded credit opportunities and youth empowerment in 2025. First Lady welcomes first baby of the year 2025, plus latest in the world of sports. A very happy new year to you as I walk you through the news at 7 on NTA Lagos, Channel 10. I am Ntanmiebe, the news in detail. President Bola Tinubu has promised better economic growth, expanded credit opportunities, and youth empowerment in 2025. In his New Year's speech, he announced plans to establish the National Credit Guarantee Company by first half of 2025 to improve access to credit facilities. He also revealed that the Youth Confab, a national conference with young Nigerians as participants, will take place in the first quarter of 2025, as well as the National Values Charter that will also be launched in the first quarter of the year to promote patriotism and unity nationwide. The president assured of his commitment to fulfilling his promises for a greater Nigeria. And on to the first baby of the year, Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, has welcomed the baby of the year for 2025. The bouncing baby girl, weighing 3.6 kg at birth, was delivered to the family of Mr. and Mrs. Odion at the Asokoro General Hospital, Abuja. State House correspondent Adeniyi Taiwo reports that wife of the Vice President, Hajia Nana Shetima, welcomed the new baby on behalf of the First Lady.
On the dot of 12:27 a.m., baby Oyinbo, a beautiful bouncing baby girl, pushed her way into the world and family of Ojun and Chioma Oyinbo.
This is Mrs. Chioma Oyinbo.
She is the first baby of the year, and here at the Asokoro General Hospital, Abuja, to welcome her and share in the joy of the family is Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, represented by wife of the Vice President, Hajia Nana Shetima. She came bearing gifts, which she delivered to the newborn and her parents on behalf of the First Lady.
Congratulations. I wish her well, long life, prosperity, and inshallah, to the island generation.
Step towards securing fundamental rights.
What the First Lady just did is to validate that aspect of it, that baby boy or baby girl, you are Nigerian and you are recognized born today.
Other babies in the world, what baby Ejiofor, who was delivered around 7:30 in the morning, also received gifts from the First Lady. Little baby Oyinbo is the second child of her parents, who are now filled with joy by the visit of the First Lady.
I didn't even believe it happened. It was so happy, and I thank God. Who am I? First Lady of Nigeria. This was good to me.
He also told me to take care of the baby, maybe a First Lady. I will take it serious to see my baby be a First Lady.
Baby Oyinbo follows in the footsteps of baby Boluwatife Johnson, who got similar honors from Nigeria's First Lady as the baby of the year for year 2024 from the Asokoro General Hospital, Abuja. Adeniyi Taiwo, NTA News.
And still speaking about first babies of the year, in a tradition that underscores hope and renewal, the wife of the Lagos State Governor, you in a subsequent bulletin. As the new year begins, Nigerians have expressed optimism to build on the strides and achievements in the past year and look forward to great expectations with a positive mindset and love for one another, even as the nation metamorphoses into greatness. Again, such strength These bulletins will contain details of this report. Now moving on to make for new beginnings. Setting goals and targets ahead of a new year has remained a tradition among people across the world. But why does an individual wait till the end of the year to set goals for a new year? Musa Toliat in this report takes a look at New Year resolutions and what it takes to follow up set goals with a view to achieving them.
A resolution is a personal goal or promise that people make to themselves at the start of a new year. It could range from a person making a resolution to continue good practices, change an undesired trait, or otherwise improve their behavior and line of businesses at the beginning of a calendar year. According to Wikipedia, New Year resolution as a tradition is most common in the Western world, but also found in the Eastern world, and it became popular in the 19th century. It is common for people to say they hope to achieve their targets that could not be actualized in an outgoing year.
New Year resolution. Yeah, I make New Year resolution. My New Year resolution is all the challenge all the things that I'm unable to face or I'm unable to achieve this year, probably next year. I know I've faced a lot of things that I have pre-planned that I'm going to make it the coming year.
But to get them to share the set goals sometimes require gentle persuasion.
You know, everything must be in your mind. You don't need to pour it out, but I know God will do the best.
Share with us your resolution for 2024 that you've not been able to achieve. It's like you're running my documentary now. So, what I'm thinking to achieve this year that I was unable to achieve is probably maybe getting a camera, an FX3 camera. So, that's a cinematic camera that is licensed by Netflix. So, I look forward on getting it hopefully next year. That's one of my resolutions for this year that I was unable to achieve.
Like me now, I'm a businessman. And likewise, I'm a content person. I do content. You understand? So I think I'm already preparing my content. I have a lot of content I've written down now for my new year. And about business, whatever, I already have my project and all that. I'm preparing ahead.
My target for the year, I couldn't achieve it, but at least to the glory of God, I could achieve half of it. Because this year, I'll kind of innovating my
Bothered about
than 2020.
I need more blessing, more customer, more blessing.
There are those who neither make New Year resolutions nor have expectations.
Yeah, I just believe that there are no expectations. And I know later.
The consensus is on quarters is that it is good to set goals for a new year, but in a bid to actualize them, caution must be applied so that wrong path is not followed with a view to achieving the set targets. In Lagos, Musa Toliat, NTA News.
Now switching to the ICT sector, as the world continues to embrace digital transformation, Nigeria's ICT sector is gaining significant traction from promoting digital literacy to building critical infrastructure as the nation is positioning itself as a key player in the global digital economy. Key driver of the ICT sector in 2024 led the charge with implementation of transformative policies and initiatives for economic growth. Chidima Ndubisi reports on the strides made and impact.
Digital technology remains a cornerstone of innovation, boosting productivity across all sectors and contributing over 18% to Nigeria's GDP for more than 4 years. With projected revenues in the digital economy expected to hit $18.3 billion by 2026, Nigeria's young tech-savvy population, innovative workforce, and large population to drive markets. The nation is said to be well positioned to reap inherent benefits. The Ministry of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy is driving this transformation with a 5-pronged strategic framework. Key initiatives that impact the citizens, young generation in particular, rolled out last year were scaled up in 2024. The largest talent accelerator initiative, 3 million technical talents, (3TT) program, has seen the training of Rashidat, Mercy, and 140,000 others, in line with President Tinubu's mandate of training a high number of Nigerians on digital skills jobs.
I taught various tools such as Python, majorly Python. Other tools that were taught or shown is the SPSS data. It's a means for me to also pass this knowledge also to like more people.
Transit in general has had a profoundly positive impact on me. My finances before Trend City and now after has significantly upscaled.
Similarly, NITDA made strides to achieve the 2027 70% digital literacy target, equipping a number of women and youth, including National Youth Service Corps members, with entrepreneurial digital skills. This is to foster a wave of job creators. Other notable gains include Galaxy Backbone's singular portal for all ministries, departments, and agencies, and Google's $2.8 billion commitment to artificial intelligence and robotics training, guaranteed to establish Nigeria as a key player in emerging technologies across the continent. However, challenges persist, including limited broadband coverage below 50%, unequal internet access in rural areas, and poor telecom services. To address this, the Federal Executive Council has approved a 90,000-kilometer fiber optic network expansion.
It will cost the nation about $2 billion. The government is raising half of that. We're getting private companies to invest the other half. And once we kick off the deployment of the fiber next year, what you're going to see is that more rural areas will now start to experience better and meaningful connectivity. NITCOM starts efforts to connect local government secretariats with internet. This is also a project that we piloted this year. We've connected 50 of those local government secretariats. We funded 45 research projects in artificial intelligence.
The anticipated passage of the first ever digital economy and e-governance bill in 2025, as well as growing global partnerships, signal promising trajectory for Nigeria's digital future. Professionals say all these have set the tone for a tech entrepreneurial society that will drive the nation's digital transformation and sustainable economic growth. In Abuja, Chimdema Ndubisi, NTA News.
We move on to the report regarding safety. Standards are the backbone of any society, ensuring trust and safety in the products we rely on every day. But in Nigeria, a brewing crisis threatens not just what we consume, but the very fabric of our lives. In this special report, Victor Azu investigates how sachet water, a lifeline for millions, reveals a deeper problem haunting our markets.
Day, and like millions of Nigerians, I reach for sachet water, cheap, handy, everywhere. But as it quenches my thirst, I wonder, am I really getting what I paid for? This one claims to be holding 50 cl, and this one claims to be holding 60 cl. But looking at both, they look pretty much the same size. So which of the claims is true? Let's find out.
That 60 cl, you go say I'm full well. With the 50 cl, you go hold like this. You go not say, you know, reach 60.
I do not check. Oh, I just bought to drink. Sometimes another one used to big past this one. But I do not even observe whether there is difference or no difference.
Many Nigerians typically don't care. Back in the newsroom, I dig deeper. Band A claims 60 cl, delivers 50 cl. Band B claims 50 cl, barely meets 51 cl. Two brands, two promises, both fall short. A few milliliters short or more may seem small, but it's a big breach of trust. And water is just the tip of the iceberg. Across markets, Nigerians face mislabeled goods, counterfeit products, and standards in free fall. Fake electronics, subpar building materials, the losses mount and lives are at risk.
When a product is non-compliant, we know that it is not satisfactory to the consumer. Consumers definitely are going to complain. But until when we receive such complaint, that is when we normally act. But however, we have a surveillance department that from time to time goes into the market to look at the products that are in the market, sort them out and see those ones that are not compliant, and then we take action.
The Standards Organization of Nigeria reports 85% of goods in circulation are substandard or fake. The cost to Nigeria is 15 trillion naira in losses annually. Money, trust, safety, all gone. The sachet water in your hand isn't just a drink, it's a warning, a symbol of a system in crisis and the urgent fight for quality and accountability. Can Nigeria rise to the challenge, or will we keep settling for less? In Abuja, Victor Azu, NTA News.
We'll go on a short break, and when we return, we will bring you reports on the value of healthy lifestyles. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back.
What are you doing? I am trying to recharge this my prepaid. It's giving me problem. For some time now, I don't have light. Chifu, why are you still suffering yourself? Why not try solar? That one they put for me last time, give me so many problems. It did not work and they just wasted my money. Chief, go for Vipers and Zantres American Tubular Battery. Original, with sun approval. They also have Super Zantres inverter, Zantres solar battery, Zantres panel, MPPT controller, Tobar, solar fridge, solar street light, marketed by SD Blessed Nigeria Limited. Visit them at S10 and 11 Easy Blessed Plaza by Alaba Rago Junction in Alaba International Market, Lagos. Vipers and Zantres America available in all leading electrical shops nationwide. Ring them on 0803 6830 557 or 0803 9644 115. Vipers and Zantres America. Solar, power solar.
You're welcome back. Building collapse in Nigeria in the last few years has been a growing concern for investors and the government alike. This is due to the devastating impact on the socio-economic development of the nation. In the wake of the recent building collapse across the country, a call to action is needed by all concerned stakeholders to reduce the impact of man-made phenomena on buildings through awareness and policy formulation by the government. In this report, S.A. Owamaka examines the causes, effects, and ways of tackling building collapse in Nigeria. The report.
Building collapse, still a common phenomenon all over the world, is more rampant and devastating in developing countries like Nigeria, with its adverse effects on lives and property. Several causes of building failure, according to experts, has been attributed to either natural or man-made phenomena, such as the use of substandard building materials, poor workmanship, the use of quacks instead of professionals, non-enforcement of building codes or construction regulations, and corruption in the building industry have contributed immensely in most of the recorded cases of building failures.
Buildings, they have lifespan, where they are properly built right from the onset. You can have a building lasting up to 50 years and above. But one thing we lack here is the maintenance culture. Owners of building, they just put up the structure, correcting rents, and that's all. And because you fail to maintain those buildings, they deteriorate faster than expected.
So most of this building collapse is a result of the engineers handling the project, and the project they are handling, they are not satisfying the land textures, the road bending laws, and the architectural work of the building.
Building on drainages, areas where they are not supposed to build. Such things are also part of the problem.
We have entered the rainy season, and you know we are living in a salty ground and waterlogged area. So any building that are not strongly built can have the effect.
According to reports by the Council for the Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria, COREN, Nigeria has recorded 22 building collapses between January and July 2024. The report also states that Lagos takes the lead in the incidences of building collapse, with over 91 building collapse incidents resulting in more than 354 deaths from 2012 to 2024. Similarly, in Abuja, about 30 buildings have collapsed from 1993 to date, resulting in the death of more than 64 persons, leaving many injured. Most recent cases of building collapse across the country are those of Onitsha, Anambra State on June 12, 2024, Just School building collapse on July 13, 2024, that left 22 students dead and 134 injured, as well as the Kubwa building collapse in Abuja. Considering this worrisome trend, how much effort has been invested in curbing incidences of collapsed buildings across the country?
At the national level, we're expecting to have an approval of the National Building Code. Yes, the professional has submitted one for over 15 years now, which has not been approved at the National Assembly. So this time there is need for an urgent, probably review of that submission because of the time. A lot of things has happened which need to be incorporated.
Government cannot be everywhere. And when you are building, I think they give out the license for you to build. But is there follow-up? Is there surveillance committees to follow up on this building? So they should step up their game.
Although some affected state governments have constituted panels of inquiry to investigate the various cases to find the immediate and remote causes to prevent future occurrences, experts say there is a need to do more.
More of advocacy will be required because the public needs to be well, informed about the laws relating to all the buildings, construction, maintenance, and the repercussion of non-compliance.
And we should not also push, even where they tell you, don't build here, that is not good. You cannot go behind and build it. And at the same time, somebody will not come and ratify that it's okay.
To curb incidences of building collapse in Nigeria, experts suggest that all buildings should be subjected to periodic inspections and tests of stability to ensure they are safe for habitation. They also call for stringent penalties for defaulters of building practices across the country. Meanwhile, do you know that healthy eating is the key to unlocking healthy lifestyles? In the same vein, medical experts say it will also prevent non-communicable diseases like high blood pressure, diabetes, problematic cholesterol, and obesity. Lydia Sampson reports.
Acronym DREAMS, meaning diet, regular exercise, adequate minerals, moderation, and sleep. Guest on Good Morning Nigeria say is crucial to healthy living. The guest wants Nigerians prioritizing physical, mental, and social well-being through balanced diets.
Avoidance of toxic substances. So you should avoid smoking either actively or passively. Passively, this is festive season. You see a lot of people having to cook with firewood or so. So if you're going to use firewood, you should use the dry wood. It emits less toxic substances. You should cook in an open space. If possible, you can wear a mask because that smoke is toxic to the body. So you should avoid toxic substances, smoking, and alcohol. Now we see a lot of parties, a lot of end-of-year parties, so you should know your limits. I may not categorically tell you to stop alcohol, but know your limits.
You're going to come around this thing. You must determine to, rearrange, the diet, kind of plan in the family, especially where there are children. You see, what you bring to the table is what the children recognize as food.
Our relationship is an integral part of our healthy living and our well-being. In fact, there's been increasing studies recently about the epidemic of loneliness across the world and how, you can be on Facebook and you have 5,000 friends. On Instagram, you have so many likes. But in real life, you don't have two people that if they don't see you for 3 days, they will come looking for you.
They decried upsurging non-communicable diseases due to ignorance and overindulgence, stressing that healthy living is doable with deliberate planning and efforts at doing away with processed foods and carbohydrates, keeping and nurturing relationships to have a cycle of dependable friends and family to mitigate depression. The girls want more awareness done on drug abuse to escalate prevention. The girls reiterates the need for moderation for a sustainable, healthy living. In Abuja, Media Samson, NTA News.
And on to the foreign scene, a deadly incident has claimed several lives and left many injured as truck crashes into New Orleans crowd. Let's join Sheyi Adeyemi on the foreign scene for the latest updates.
A devastating incident occurred in New Orleans, resulting in at least 10 fatalities and 30 injuries. According to Nola Reddy, The City Emergency Preparedness Agency, a vehicle, plowed into a crowd on Kana and Bobo Street. New Orleans police confirmed the mass casualty incident, advising people to avoid the area. Witnesses reported that the driver operating the truck at high speed opened fire after crashing, prompting police to return fire. Moving on, Israel's strike in Gaza have killed at least 17 Palestinians, according to Palestinian officials. The strike hit a buried refugee camp and Jabalia town. Israel military campaign in northern Gaza aimed to prevent Hamas militants from regrouping. However, Palestinian and UN officials say evacuation was in humanitarian condition, with over 1,500 tents sheltering displaced people flooded due to heavy rain. In Lagos, Sheyi Adeyemi, NTA News.
That's the news at 7 on NTA Lagos Channel 10. Thanks for watching. I am Ntami Egbe, as I use the opportunity to wish you a prosperous year ahead. Good evening.